Thirsty on the east side of town? Well, head to a WNST favored King Discount Liquors on Pulaski Highway, just inside the Beltway. They have it all.
I'm Johnny Bev down at King Liquors. Come and see me for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer.
Don't forget to give the King a ring.
With the Director of Officials for the National Football League. Coming up on Sunday, the big game, Super Bowl 42, and all the eyes are always on the players, but all the eyes are on the officials too. Mike Perreira, welcome in.
My eyes are on them, that's for sure.
Well, it's funny, I'm going to tell you, this is a true story. We've been promoting all day that you were going to be coming on, and I probably have 15 emails in my box from people with ask him why they called pass interference against Todd Heap back in week 1. And I want to email all these people. I'm like, dude, the game happened in September. He can't be worried about that right now. So you're not the most popular guy today, but we appreciate you coming in.
Yeah, well, I don't think I'm ever the most popular guy, but it's. I understand the passion of the fans. I think it's great. I mean, I think the fact that people are still calling about the Todd Heap play, which was a very difficult call, and one that I said that I didn't like, I mean, that demonstrates really how important these games are and how the fans are so passionately involved in this. It's tough for us. It's a tough game to officiate, and we got to alleviate those types of mistakes.
Mike, one of the really interesting things that I know you've started to do recently on the NFL Network, and I've watched it a bunch of times this year. I think it's really cool for you all now to come out and sit down, and I forget the night that the show aired, but for you to come out now and sit down and do your segment and review the play, review some of the plays from your vantage point. Again, it's always 2020. Hindsight's always 2020. But for you all to sit down and evaluate plays and say, hey, this one I think we got right. You people in Denver might not agree, but I'm telling you, that was a good call. This is a good call. Maybe this one wasn't. I like that. I think the fans overall have to respect that about the National Football League.
Well, and I think it's a change. I mean, for many, many years, we just sweep officiating under the carpet when they address these issues. And then I think they just simmer for a long period of time. I would rather that we come out, which we're doing now more so, and say, yeah, this was the right call, or this one, this is a tough judgment call. I don't really like this. I would rather get it done with and get to the point where we could start talking about the players in the game again, and not dwell on officiating. Successful officiating is when we don't talk about officiating. I mean, what's my goal for Sunday? My goal is simply to pick up the paper on Monday and not read one thing about any call or any official. If we do that, then we're successful, and that's what we're going to shoot.
Are you guys ready?
This always happens, by the way. Ray leaves and forgets to turn your mic on. Go ahead.
Now, I want to know what your vantage point was in context of the field goal for the loss against the Ravens. What you saw, kind of what you reviewed and how you looked at it, if Ravens looked at it eventually.
Yeah, sure. We're going to head over here anyway.
Well, my conclusion certainly was in the end we got the play right, which was important. But, I like everybody else was concerned with the process. What went through, because there was a long period of time. So I looked at all the video and listened to all the stories and the reports from all the officials, and then tried to match it up with the video, which really made decent sense to me. In the fact that the field judge ruled it no good, but the back judge clearly came out right away and engaged in a conversation, and an adamant conversation. And then this whole thing transpired to the conversation with the referee, and then what are we going to do? The hidden part was really nobody really knows and nobody talked about it. It's the back judge, who was the one guy that said, even though the field judge signaled no good, the back judge said, I am not leaving the field. I am not leaving the field. This kick was good. It hit the back bar, and I am so adamant about it. You want to walk off the field, and I'm not leaving. That's how strong I feel about it. And that ultimately is what convinced Morelli to go with the good call. Now, he did go to the replay because he went over there because he got caught up in discussion when you're talking, and you know that millions of people are waiting on your decision. That you want to, the one thing you want to be is right, and he wanted to make sure that a field goal hitting something, like you have a ball hitting a line, a foot touching the ground, the field goal, that you can't review it going over the top of the upright, but could you review it, in fact, if it hit the crossbar? And so he went over then just to make sure that part wasn't reviewable, and then I certainly would believe my guys. And when Howard Slavin told them No part of it's reviewable. I can't give you any help. And that's when Pete went and he had to go with what he felt was his gut call. And that was the back judge saying he wasn't going to leave the field. So that's what he went with. I talked to him.
He'd still be there now. That'd be kind of weird, right?
It would be weird. It would be weird. I guess we wouldn't be here yet. We wouldn't decide who might be in this game yet. But when you have a guy that stands up that strongly, and then the field judge maybe who starts to say, well, you know what, I saw it hit the upright, but maybe then I lost track of it after it hit the upright, and then what it did after that.